First thing we want to do is download or open the Splice app. So we'll just tap on it there. I've already got it loaded up, and it'll open up something like this. Yours might look a little bit different because you haven't used it yet, but I've got a few practice ones in there. So the first thing you want to do is just tap on the plus sign top right. Okay, so you got a little plus icon there, just tap that, and that'll bring up a new project. So I'm just going to go, I've set up a little album. There we go, just there, Film Fest. And I've got a bit of test footage that I've filmed. So to add that in, you just tap on it. You can see there it becomes selected, those 4 clips, and then just tap on Add. And that then adds it into your project that you're about to get. So if you want to add music to this from the start, these are all the sort of the built-in free ones that you can use as part of the app. So I'm going to just tap on rock. You can tap on whatever you want. Now, if you want to listen to it before you add it in, you just tap on the little play sign to the left of it. You don't tap on the text itself. So backbreaker, I'm just going to press the little play button. That's good enough. So to add that in, I'm going to tap on the text where it says backbreaker, and that'll add it to my project. So just tap on that. There you go. And then I'll leave all this as it is for the moment, and then just tap on done. And this creates my project. So I now have all my footage in. It's going to add it in the order that it was in my camera roll, and that's not necessarily the footage or the order that you want your footage to go in. So you might want to change it around, you might want to trim it, all that sort of stuff. So for example, I want this close-up of the hand here to be the first shot. So I'm just going to tap and hold. So I'm keeping my finger on the screen, and you can see it goes smaller, and then I can just drag it along, and all the footage will move out of the way to make room for it. So then I'll take my finger off the screen there where it's at the start. Oops, I didn't go far enough, so I'll tap and hold again one more time. There we go. And now it's at the start of my film. So this next clip of the screen goes for 8 seconds, and there's this one here. So that's probably a little bit too long. So I want to trim it a little bit. I want to make it a bit shorter. So I'm just going to tap on it. It brings up these options. The first one is edit video, so I'll just tap on edit video. And then I've got my trim options down the bottom here. So I've got those blue arrows on the left and the right ends of my footage down below. So I'm just going to tap and hold on the blue arrow on the right and drag it in from the end. And you can see there just above it, it's telling me the new length of my clip. So it was around 8 seconds. I'm now shortening 2 seconds off it, so it's going to be 6 seconds long right there. So that will do. I'm going to tap on apply trim just below that. And it'll give me a warning saying this does slice it within your project. So you'll have to re-import the footage once you've done this if you decide you don't like it. So you want to make sure you're certain. I'm certain. I'm going to tap on trim. Does my little thing. There we go. So I'm now going to tap on the arrow top left to go back to my project. There it is. And you can see now it says at the bottom of it that it's a 6 second long clip. So I might have a quick play through. I'll tap the play button. Oh, that's pretty groovy. So I might, just one more practice just to show you, I might tap and hold on the keyboard and drag it into the second position. And you can see it did a little crossfade between each clip. That's what these little icons between each clip are, these little triangles. That's your crossfade. So if you don't want that, if you just want it to cut from one shot to the next, just tap on that and it'll bring up your transition screen. You can see it says edit transition at the top. So currently it's set to crossfade. I'm just going to choose none. And then I'll tap my back, and you can see there now it's got an empty square. So it's gotten rid of the transition between those two clips. Okay. If you don't like the audio, you're not stuck necessarily with that song. You just tap on the audio section just there, and you can tap on the clip, and then up in the top right you've got a trash can. You've got the fade out as well, where you can change that and you can lengthen it and shorten it and all that. If you want to have multiple songs, but for the moment I'm just going to tap on the trash can and get rid of it. That deletes it. And then back here where my playhead is over my footage, I've got the plus signs there. So on the music level, which is the top two, you can see you can add a voiceover with the bottom one. You can use the microphone from your phone if you want to record narration. but I'm just going to click on plus, and I'm going to choose a different song. So I've tapped on rock again, and I'll choose the second one, Bail Me Out. So I'll just tap on the text to add that in. There we go. I don't want it at the end, I want it all the way through, so I'll just tap and hold on that song and drag it back to the start. And then just to show how you can do it, I'm just dragging my finger around to move the playhead. So when it gets to the splice bit there, I'm just going to tap on the record button for the microphone layer at the bottom, and that will let me record narration, and I'm just going to say the end. So it gives me a countdown there. The end. And then I click on the stop button. So now, if I go back to my video, I'll drag this bottom ball at the bottom here. You can see it there, just dragging along to the left at the very bottom. That takes me back to the start of my film so I can watch it from the start. Tap play up the top on the screen. So you can just hear that the end there was pretty quiet. So you can tap on that again, and you see it's pretty full volume, so you might want to then go back to the other one and make that a little bit quieter. You can do all those things, but you get the idea on how to do it. That's essentially how to edit. You've got, you can obviously add, if we go back, one thing I haven't showed you, if you go back to video, you might want to add a title at the start. So I'm just going to tap on that and go edit. And then down the bottom here, you can see I've got multiple options. So that's different filters you can add. That's the speed. And that bottom one there that I've just tapped on is the text. So that's where you can see it says Avenir Next. You can see Automatic Bold. You can change the type of font you're using. And then as you can see, it explains up on the top there. It says tap to enter text. So I can just tap on that up on the screen and type in hello. And then I can actually tap and hold. I should be able to tap and hold. I'll go done first. And then I can actually tap and hold on that and move it around my screen. If I don't want smack bang in the middle, I can put it like there. Okay. The next one along is if you're doing photos, the Ken Burns effect is it just sort of adds slight movement to photos, so it makes them look a bit interesting if you're doing a little slideshow. And then obviously you've got the sound there where you can mess around with that. Okay. Once we're happy with that, we go back to our project. We'll drag it back to the start to make sure our text, there it is, we can see it. Press play again. And there you go. So that's everything. You can do text, you can add music, you can edit it together. Once you're done, that in the top right-hand corner, you've got your little upload there. And what you guys want to do is you want to share it to YouTube. So you tap on YouTube. You've got the title there, it's got the description which you can change. You want yours to be unlisted, so that one on the right there. That means you don't want it to be private because then no one can see it unless you invite them. So unlisted means that no one else can see it on YouTube, it can't be searched for, but when you send me the link, I'll be able to watch it, but no one else. And that's what we want today. So you can give it a title up there, you can, so mine's called Project 8, which is kind of cool. I'm just going to leave it at that. Project 8, and then description, etc., like that, and then you just go click on next, it'll do that, blah, 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 and then you just go share, and then it'll ask you to do the export, and then it'll ask you to log into YouTube and all that sort of stuff, and then it will be there, and then you just need to email me the link. Okay, so I'll leave that to do its thing, but that is everything you need to do to edit your film on your phone and export it. It's obviously important that you have a YouTube account that you can log into and you know the password for. And it's also important that you have an internet connection, either it be through the wireless network of the school or using your data. And now you're ready to go.